I'm a little bit anxious this morning. I'm okay. I'm feeling better now that we're chatting and stuff. I try to keep myself open and available to like those kinds of just, you know, random questions about stuff, how to set things up, how to use certain things. Like I've had questions about people asking me how to start voice acting and all that kind of stuff. I have to just be a little bit more diligent with my time, because a lot of the anxiety that I'm feeling right now isn't necessarily because of the conversation that's going on. It's not that. It's because I'm late to stream. That's where my anxiety comes from today. And then other things compound onto it. And what made me late? Well, it was getting stuck on social media and answering DMs and shit like that, when I should be scheduling that time like I used to. Yeah, like pressure to respond. Like I feel like I have to, like if I have a notification, I need to fucking check it. I have to check it. I can't leave people hanging. Like I've always been like that. When I was working in the games industry and my job as a community manager was like 24/7, I had to reply to people all hours of the day. I took my work home. I did all this stuff. And like, I've always feel constant pressure to not let people feel like they're not being heard, which comes from like either leaving. And so basically like if there's a notification, I have to fucking check it. However, if I don't have time to respond to that notification just yet, but I've checked it, then I'm just going to leave them on red, feel like an asshole, and then completely forget about it and not have time to go back because I don't have anything to remind me to go back. I slipped into this routine again recently because basically there's like best practices for Instagram. If you're trying to grow your Instagram presence, essentially the first problem is there's a certain time of day when it's most optimal to post stuff to get the most engagement. Engagement is how you grow your channel, right? So that the first problem starts from the fact that there's only a certain time of day when you can post stuff where it's going to be the most successful and give you like the most opportunity for growth. The second problem is that time happens to be between like 6 and 8 a.m. for me. And the fucking auto posting platform is broken because Facebook fucking sucks. Facebook was just completely broken and not uploading literally 50% of the posts that I was trying to upload to Instagram. So now I have to do everything manually and just go back and manually post stuff on the day when it was supposed to go up. So that's cool. You guys are going to see, like, I shit you not, 3 months worth of like 3-month-old content for like the next month or so that was supposed to go up in fucking May that never went up because Facebook. There's got to be a better program than Facebook to upload IG content. There's not, because Facebook is literally the native platform for it. The Facebook Creator Studio, which doesn't even load half the time. The problem with third-party apps for that stuff is that their systems don't update quickly enough when stuff changes on native social media platforms. So if suddenly Facebook doesn't accept MP4 videos anymore and they only accept MOV files to upload to IGTV, if you're using Hootsuite or Sprout Social or any of the other fucking things that exist and they take, you know, several weeks to update their back end to support that stuff, you literally cannot use them and you're going to be going back to Facebook anyway. Everything was working fine pre-Rona, and then post-Rona, they were just like, well, we have to send 3 people home. Guess everything's fucking broken now. So the thing's broken. What does that mean? Well, I have to, in the morning while I'm eating my breakfast, I have to be on fucking social media posting shit. The third problem with that is that the Instagram algorithm works in a way where in order to feed the algorithm for it to like pick up your content and seed it to people, the platform basically needs to know that you're active. Once you post something within the first hour or so, you have to go through all of the hashtags that you posted to like random people's content, comment on their shit, follow some people. It's the same as TikTok. The way that TikTok works with the more you engage in other people's stuff and you like their TikToks and you post a certain hashtags and then comment on those hashtags and follow people who post similar content to you, it's the same kind of thing. So the worst possible thing you can do as a human fucking being in 2020 is wake up and immediately open your phone and go onto social media. The worst possible thing you can do for your mental health generally is to do shit like that. But when it's your job, you have to wake up, have some breakfast, and then while you're having your coffee, jump onto Instagram, post some shit, go onto random hashtags you don't give a fuck about, and go and like a whole bunch of people's content that you don't even fucking like or you think is trash just to feed the algorithm. It's so gross. It's disgusting. I would much rather grow my channel at a much slower rate and do that in a very limited time, because I was doing that a couple of months ago. I was doing that. I had like in my calendar, I would have time scheduled to like respond to all my messages and DMs, respond to comments on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. But yeah, it's the same on YouTube too. When you post a video, you have to essentially be there responding to comments within the first hour. Otherwise, YouTube will be like, well, this person doesn't give a fuck about YouTube. Even if the most optimal time to post a YouTube video is at fucking 3 a.m. on a Saturday morning, social media is fucked. I think a lot of that stuff is part of the problem, that you see a whole bunch of content creators constantly going through these cycles of manic and being manic and then depressive and then manic and then depressive. And then on top of that, on top of completely turning your life upside down to keep up with algorithms and keep up with social media, you also have the layer on top of that where people are abusive for no fucking reason, where people are trolling you all the time, where people are being bullies and they don't even fucking know you, and like all of that kind of stuff. You just keep layering these things on top of each other and it's going to be a fucking bad time. So I would much rather have a much smaller platform, and like I would happily sacrifice all that shit to keep myself happy and go elsewhere. That's why I started doing voiceover work. The voiceover work also comes with the portion where I need to market myself on social media, and so I have some of the same problems, but I would be much happier to grow my channels a lot more slowly, just because of how I need to make them fit into my life and to do the work well because I'm actually happy. Like I would much rather just be happy, and if someone hires me for a job, to be able to actually do that job to the best of my ability, than burn myself out on just trying to keep ahead of this algorithm treadmill just for the sake of growing my marketing and growing my brand. I might not be as well known, I might not have as big reach, I might not have as much engagement, but at least I'll be able to do the work. I would much rather do the work well than bullshit my way to a bunch of numbers, honestly. We haven't even gotten to the VO update yet. I'm just ranting about stuff. Something that did make me smile today. Let's talk about happy stuff too. One of the things that made me really smile today was all of Brie Larson's content. I don't even give a fuck how much money she's being paid by YouTube to set up a channel. Girl, that shit made me so happy this morning. I just watched like the start of her announcement video that she was joining YouTube, and it was so awkward and so cute, and like she has like no makeup on and she's just normal and awkward, and I've never related to something more in my whole life. Like you see this woman who's fucking Captain Marvel, who's like one of the most confident and strong fucking people ever, and then you just see her being like a blabbering mess, trying to do her own YouTube video. And I was just like, oh my God, it's me. Like, that's why I started doing my, just a dork. I love it. Because that's literally the reason that I started doing my VO updates here on stream, because I feel so much more comfortable just chatting to you guys about what's going on than like sitting here and like a newsreader being like, and this week, these are all the things that I did. Like, I can't.